Quite frankly, in this corner of Mosul, I can see the future Austin Davis gaming store going up right here. It's a prime location. It just needs a clean out and you're ready to go. You could charge like 500 dinars for an hour. Great location.
So right under this turquoise dome is where the ISIS Caliphate was announced. And then right in front of us is where the ancient minaret was located that they're rebuilding right now. So minaret right here. This is the mosque where ISIS was announced from. We also just met a lady who lived here during the occupation by ISIS, and she was just describing how hard it was to live here, and that even when she knew people that tried to escape, ISIS sympathizers ended up killing them, and that it was hard. Like, she even had family members that starved to death because they couldn't go out. ISIS really restricted their movement, and she even told us that in the beginning, it was nearly impossible for them to even leave. That it just, she said it happened so fast, didn't she?
Yes.
That once they realized, oh, this is going to be bad, like, it was already too late.
It was interesting without knowing the foreign fighters came from so many different countries in the former Soviet Union, plus in Africa and elsewhere, like Yemen and the Sudan.
And she said it was just really weird, like, just as like all of a sudden, like, just one day in their town, they've just got all of these random people that just showed up that are ISIS sympathizers, and now they're living with them.
It was tragic hearing too how there was a female ISIS person that blew herself up, killing herself plus at least 12 other people that were residents here to stop them from trying to get away from ISIS.
Now we are on our way to the part that's still kind of destroyed. And there's still people buried inside of these houses, and you can't walk off the path because there could be booby traps and landmines still in the houses that haven't been cleared yet. The mosque, yeah. So here in Old Mosul, they've got this statue commemorating the people who have been helping with the cleanup process here and that have lost their lives. And here it is. But a lot of people have lost their lives due to unexploded ordnances that are still in these houses as they're cleaning them up. As you can tell, there's still a lot of work to be done here. So here we are heading to a portion of Mosul that has not been restored yet. You'll notice in this part of the city that a number of the buildings are still destroyed, and that was done during the Battle of Mosul by coalition forces as they were trying to retake the city from ISIS. And right here you can see those buildings. So the city of Mosul fell to ISIS soldiers
after roughly 6 days of fighting in June of 2014, ISIS had roughly 1,000 soldiers, while the Iraqi forces had 30,000 soldiers and 30,000 security personnel, even though now it's believed that those numbers were inflated due to ghost soldiers being on the road. And so once ISIS took over on June 10th, roughly 4,000 of those security personnel were all executed and their bodies were dumped into a pit near the city. And it wasn't until the Battle of Mosul in 2016 and 17 that this pit was found. Within days of ISIS coming into Mosul, more than 500,000 people fled the city. And for a majority of the city's population, which were Sunni, they trusted the ISIS leaders at first because historically they were used to a Shia government that did not treat them well. And they were thinking that because they were Sunni and ISIS was Sunni, that they would be treated better than they had been under Shia governments, which we all know ended up not being the case. It soon became apparent to those who had stayed in Mosul that they had now become prisoners inside of the city. And the leaders of ISIS announced to everyone that they were forbidden from leaving this town. And if they were needing to leave the city of Mosul, they would have to leave behind significant collateral of family members, personal wealth, and property. And then these people were issued a 3-day pass, and if they didn't return, their property would be taken away and their family would be killed. While we were in Mosul, a man told us a story of how he was with his family one day in their car driving down the street, and all of a sudden a red laser dot appeared on his dashboard. And so he stopped his car, let the one in front of him continue on, and within a few seconds after that, a missile fell from the sky and blew the car up in front of them. And so it was the coalition forces' way of trying to protect civilian life during that Battle of Mosul in 2016 and 2017.
So there was an ISIS prisoner who brought the Iraqi forces to this location because they had hidden millions of dollars in this spot. And when they brought him here, they found it. Now the dude's sitting in a prison somewhere here in Iraq. But this is where the money was hidden. Somewhere in this pile of rubble.
We're not going in because of the IEDs and the risk that we'd be blown up trying to find the supposed millions of dollars.
Yeah, I definitely am not going into this and getting blown up by an IED. What's up?
How are you?
What's up?
Who come?
If you knew there was millions of dollars in that pile of rubble, but there was also IEDs, would you go in it?
I would.
You would?
You would.
Me and Jeff are in the no group.
We will watch you from a distance.
Behind a car or something.
We'll draw up a grid so we can keep track of where you've gone in.
It's a different question when it's rally, right?
But we could split it 3 ways because we're helping you.
We would be the lookouts while you go in.
Keep it quick.
Just bought some handmade soap from this guy. Got like 2,000 dinars. Let's see. It's got stamped on the front. A little over $1 per bar of soap. So. So we'll see how good it is. A little over $1 per bar. And I don't know what it says on the front, but it's made from olive oil, right?
Hey, is this what the Bosphor lemon looks like?
I believe it's made from olives or olive oil.
I see them in the soup. I know that.